Now, I haven't seen these. You haven't seen these either, right? These were handpicked
No.
from us from a third party person, which we may or may not reveal at the end, depending if we want to blame someone. Um,
Yep.
but this is well, hi, let's give this a go. One.
People say the support is broken. Support is not broken at all. It's really not. I think Galari's definitely up there for being a little more broken. I don't think Zen is busted. He's a glass cannon. He does a lot of damage. At the trade-off for having low survivability. I don't think Moira is broken. I don't think Brig is broken. I think Brig is great at peel, and that's what she's
Brig
made
is
for.
broken.
I think Mercy's annoying, but I don't think Mercy's broken. Mercy's just annoying because if your DPS are getting rolled, then you're forced to play Mercy for the damage boost, just so that your DPS can have a chance. But that's more of a matchmaking thing, to be honest. Baptiste is the most broken character in the game. Lucio has been the most balanced support. I don't care what anybody says. He is. Yes, he's annoying. Yes, he's slippery. He's hard to kill. But that's how you play Lucio. He's balanced because of that. He doesn't have high healing. He's just a balanced character. And Life Fever's... Honestly, I think Life Fever's still ass because he just heal bots, and that's his entire playstyle. But he's more balanced than the rest of the roster. This motherfucker and this motherfucker need to get removed from the game right now. I don't care what anybody says.
Brig, the reason why I think Brig isn't very well balanced is because you can instantly rebuild that shield with her ult and able to duel and always have that rally or the not rally, what is it called? The AoE heal. I can't think of the
Inspire,
AoE.
inspire, inspire.
Inspire is always procced with that ult active. You can literally duel a Reinhardt and win that fight every time with Brig.
I don't know about every time. With alt is a thing. The way I look at it is that I think Inspire is really, really. I have an issue with AoE heals in this game. I think when you start looking at AoE, and let's say, for example, what you brought up was really interesting was like a Reinhardt. If you have an AoE heal that's healing everyone at the same time versus you have abilities where it's singularly focused healing, it's the same way whether it's a damage amp or a damage reduction or if it's a heal or if it's a area of effect blast, whatever. Anytime you start looking at single target versus AoE, like imagine if Widow had an ultimate where she would imagine if Widow's ultimate acted like Cassidy's High Noon, to where you could headshot one shot multiple targets. Like there'd be no wind up. That would be unbelievably busted, right? Because you could push one button and 3 bodies drop. Because now you're dealing with multi-target interaction versus singular target interaction.
Right.
Briggs, the way that she's played fundamentally at base level versus as you climb higher and higher, it is you need to use your impact, or in terms of you have to make direct contact with hitboxes in the enemy team, whether it's through flail, left click, bash, whatever it is, to trigger Inspire. And so the trade-off is this: you have to land the quote-unquote skill shot in order to trigger Inspire, or you have to put yourself into a more dangerous upfront position in order to keep Inspire up. And so the trade is that you don't do a lot of healing single target, you do a lot of healing overall to a very, very large area. So I think if they took the overall amount of healing that it did, or maybe the rate of healing, and they kind of tweak that down a bit, I would say maybe. But I'll make a perfect. I genuinely think if you compare Brig to the rest of the supports in the roster, Brig is, I would say, the most balanced. Maybe not balanced, true and true, purely, all of it, but definitely the most balanced or more balanced compared to some of the other things on the roster. And with her ultimate, she is strong. Like, I'm not going to argue with that. But isn't that the whole point of Overwatch, where ults are meant to be more impactful? Like, ults should be good. Or do you think that supports
I
shouldn't
think
have as strong ults because everything else is so strong?
no, I think ult should impact the game differently. Where Briggs ult is just a basic AoE heal like Lucio. Where I'm thinking like I want to ult like Ana, like something that buff one person, not just everybody.
Hmm. So she shouldn't be able to keep doing AoE and have a stun and have a larger shield and have increased mobility. So you're thinking it does a bit too much once the ult button is pushed. Okay,
Yes.
I could see that. Huge.
Wait, why?
I don't.
That's just cruel.
What is happening? Balanced.
No.
Balanced, by the way. Balanced. This is some shit you and I would do. You go Diva, I go Ana.
Oh, this gonna be fun.
You're powered up. Get in there.
What?
All right, those are great.
Oh my.
So this is just bullying low elo players, and this is where the low elo players are saying, "Where did my teammate go? I'm just fighting alone on point."
Yeah, that's basically it. That's the team's fault, of course. All right, next one. Here we go. Mercy one. Huge bowling ball bullets. It just got. Oh no.
Is this Doom just living?
What the hell
I
was
don't
that?
I don't know, Anika. I'm yelling at you.
All right, I don't have anything to say to that.
No,
Ba- balance.
There's one thing that separates the Diamonds and Masters from the Plats, and it's the understanding that support does not equal healer. A Plat support will lose a game, look at the scoreboard, see that they have almost 2 times as much healing as the other support, and immediately point blame to them. But although you're a healer,
Facts.
you're gonna primarily focus on supporting your team rather than just heal botting. Let's take Ana for example. Ana has one of the highest healing outputs in the game, but she also has one of the strongest abilities in the game, that being the anti-grenade. An Ana that ends the game with 15k heals but antis the enemy tank every time she's presented the opportunity is 10 times more valuable than an Ana with 25k heals that just heal bots. Start understanding this and incorporating it in your comp games, and I promise you, you'll start to rank up. Tag and send this to your ass plat friends.
I mean, he's not wrong, but he
True.
really didn't give an idea what's the true difference between Diamond and Masters is for supports.
Or what supporting versus just healing is.
Yes.
So and that's something that hopefully I'll have on YouTube shortly. Is something that actually kind of I'm thinking about doing a series on YouTube it's basically gonna be called Overwatch Made Simple, and it's gonna have a shitload of different videos, whether it be character specific concepts or more complex concepts made as simple as possible. I have to find an editor to kind of help me with that, but I think that'll be really, really helpful. But I think to sum it up in short is that when you say supporting your team, it is doing things like, as mentioned, Ana's nade, which is really impactful. Sleeping a target, nanoing something is significantly better than if you're only just healing. Why limit yourself? If you're able to do X, Y, and Z, why only do X? See what you got.
Oh boy.
These noises. There's some interesting stuff. Let's see what else we got.
Why does this seem low elo?
Oh, the aim is pretty good.
Yeah.
The Junkrat went from almost full health to like dying in a split second.
He got hit by a spear.
Dear God. Dear God. Dear God. All right, next. Aim training has really been paying off.
Oh. Oh.
Yo, that's so good. That's so good.
That was great.
That's about right. Yeah. I've seen this thing. This doesn't actually help other than getting like used to fall speeds. That's so good. All right, we go next. And let's see what we got. Oh. Oh, that's terrifying. Hold on, one more time. I think that was like an open queue lobby or Mystery Heroes or something. I don't know what that was. I've said it before. I don't think any character in this game should have permanent invis. Psychological horror game, basically. It's actually kind of wild. It's actually kind of wild. All right, we go next.
Ultimates that Petal can cancel. By throwing Petal in the middle of 6 flux, it can completely cancel it.
Wait,
but getting the position
seriously?
can be tricky. Petal can also lift you and your team out of Zarya's graph. And it
Actually,
can
didn't know.
Orisa during her ult, so your team isn't hit by it.
I
It's
knew
crazy
those
that there are
two.
So that was actually like, I knew that you could save individuals, but I didn't realize you could block the center of flux immediately, and that cancels everything around. That may be a weird interaction that I'd have to test out, but I didn't realize it was that aggressive. If you kill a translocator, she should automatically become visible again, and she should always have footsteps even invisible. The first half of that I agree. The second half would make the character useless. Can also do it with tree, where you can block the center of it. That is not balanced at all, Anika. Holy
No.
schnipples. Okay, what else?
Many of you know you can use Zarya's right click to aim her ultimate, but did you know you can use Baptiste's right click to aim his immortality field? So if you're trying to land that long range immortality, use your right click first so you never miss again.
Okay,
That's a
that was nice to
fantastic.
know.
That's a fantastic tip. Yeah, a lot of these projectile based characters that most of their kit that they follow almost identical pathing when it comes to these multi projectile use targets and stuff like that. I'm trying to think. The only thing I can think of that also falls onto this category is I think Kiriko's left click, so her kunai and her Suzu, they follow the same path up until I think 15 meters. After 15 meters, the arc actually falls in. I believe.
Okay.
What else? May's alt is also similar, where you'd be surprised at how much straight line pathing. It's not exact, but her way that she lobs her ults and her right click, they have almost the same travel speed. It doesn't look that way, but it's almost identical travel speed. So with her right click and her grab, yeah, that's what was just in the VOD here, Shane.
Did you know? Many of you know
With
you can
Bap
use
and
Zarya's
Shane.
right click to aim her ultimate,
Yeah.
but did you know you can use Baptiste's right click to aim his immortality field? So
Hey,
if
Shane.
you're trying to land that long range immortality, use your right click first so you never miss again.
All right, what else we got?
So honed in on tank diffs. Ask any middle rank player.
Oh, boy.
Every game they load up, somebody says tank diff. They can't see anything else. You stick a GM DPS player in that game, I'm sure as shit that tank ain't gonna do a damn thing. Like, they're just gonna kill everyone. Same thing if you put a support player in.
Literally, after every death, at least 4 people counter me. I swap, boom, they swap. And it's just the worst thing ever. That's true.
It's got even in quick play. People are like so sweaty and weird with it that like I Arista Reaper Bastion's chasing me around the map just because I want to play Winston.
Everyone's so obsessed with it because it's the big HP target that's running at you.
Nobody wants to be the goalkeeper. Nobody wants to be the defenders. Everybody's like, I want to score goals. I want to be the hero. The one role that's like the most pressure is also the most miserable. Why is tank not the star role? You must dictate the engagements. You must eat all the crap for the rest of your teammates. Why is it also like the least powerful role? Why is that not the star role? At the moment, it feels like the trade-off is you get fucked and the best thing you get in return is a quick queue time.
That was my take going into Overwatch 2, and everyone was like, oh, nerf the tanks. Like, no! You guys are crazy!
Okay, so something I need to make very, very, very clear, and this is why when I do my content in like Plat and Diamond, I do whatever the hell I want to. Even when they counter switch me. Like, we had a couple games the last couple days
I see it.
where I'll run Ramatra and they'll run like Zarya, Sim, whatever into me, right? Or Echo, even, because Echo is really strong against those types of tanks. Or I'll run Winston, and then what happens, chat, happened like 5-6 games in a row. I decide to go Winston, and then they go Reaper, Bastion, Orisa, or Roadhog, or JQ, and then they also run like Ana, Kiriko, or like whatever, right? And they're constantly trying to screw me. I mean, yet we're still winning those games. I'm still getting value. So it is not so much as oppressive to every other rank, but it does become more oppressive as you climb up in rank. Like this kind of stuff that they're talking about, these are GM players. Except for Coach Spilo. I'm not actually sure what rank Coach Spilo is, but he's a coach, so it doesn't really matter what rank he is.
Or I don't know what I'm doing half the time. The characters play themselves. There's still people that come after me and say that
That's
support
wrong.
is weak right now.
They're smoking.
And very early on in like the betas, it felt like it was weak. And I was someone who advocated that support probably needed a little bit of help. And then somewhere around the season 2 area, maybe into season 3, like support was like really strong now. It's like, okay, let's pump the brakes. Like we've done enough buffing at this point. Then on top of that, people got better and got a bunch more stats, and there was never like a comeback down. It's like if you look back at like the old numbers of Overwatch
like
1
Edel.
for like healing, and they're all significantly higher than they used to be. When you remove an entire tank out of each game, there should be less damage across the board. It's like a culmination of things. The way we're kind of going, I don't see a way out.
There's a lot of tank players going support. Support's a pretty good role. When Kiriko came out, I played Kiriko. I'd never really played support before. I literally got rank 15 the first week playing Kiriko. And then now Lari's come out, and I'm up there for like top 50. It's me literally just heal body.
Once you hit in the high elo,
When everyone's doing their job, you have
Yeah.
less responsibilities. So I'll make that clear. When you're low elo, you do have to kind of pick up the slack of other people's responsibilities, or pick the most valuable way to carry and min-max it so that you're able to kind of bring up the shitters. So yes, the higher you climb, the less you have to go, all right, where's the hole? How do I fix the hole? Because in theory, when you climb higher, everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're filling the role that they need to fill. So if anything, it's a very big difference whether you're solo queuing or not, because as solo queue, you're taught to be able to, and you need to recognize when there's a deficit on your team, like what needs to be kind of checked on their team, like what is their carry and what is your win condition. So solo queuing at low elo to high elo teaches you what to recognize what the win condition is and what needs to be stopped on their team that's doing well, and what needs to be kind of even more enabled on your team that you need to do better to get you to high elo. But then the reward is that you get to high elo, and in theory, not always, you have people that are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Crazy. All right. Next one. One more time. Oh my gosh, totally just saved the soldier. Okay, I respect it. I was wondering, like, why did we just see the cinematic? I didn't even see the soldier at first.
I didn't see it at all. It's like, wait, all they did
That-
was dive and block a fire strike, which he didn't block.
That has to, but all the other little tickle damage too, that has to be like a really, really strong feeling. I wonder who it's more fun for. Is the tank player that makes that play, or the DPS that goes, oh my god, my tank actually did help me? Because I've body blocked for Ana's as soldier before, where I'll play soldier, I'll drop a healing pad, and I'll put my back to them and do like a little twerk, wiggle, so that I'm like body blocking the incoming damage, because like my Ana had her sleep deflected or something. I'm like, I got you, big dog. I got you, big dog. And that's how I end up like body blocking. And I've gotten like the biggest thank yous, because they're like, what? I'm like, I got a big brain, bro. If I can body block, I'll body block. Gloomy, don't put that on Twitter. Anyway, next TikTok.
Please do. He likes it.
Here's one tip for every hero, Soldier Edition. Tag or send this to your soldier mains that are all aim and no brain, or the ones that don't even have both. To start, stop always playing main, or even with your tank. Although Soldier has one movement ability, that being his sprint, it has no cooldown and makes him dramatically faster. So, use it to flank or put yourself on high grounds that the enemies will have to contest you on, making them give up space while you can run away and reposition yourself. Also, don't be afraid to take on Winston directly. Although his beam will make your screen red and make it seem like you're taking a ton of damage, you won't be. Especially with your heal station placed down. You can actually out-heal Winston. So play inside his bubble and take him head on, applying pressure to him and forcing him to jump back to his supports. Obviously, the situation will change varying on how many people dive you, but if it's just a Winton, do this. Another tip is to learn to combo Tracers. Since Tracer's a very mobile hero with a small hitbox, she can be incredibly annoying to verse and even just hit. So wait till she's low on blinks, or wait till right after she just used one, get close, Helix Rocket her, and melee her so you can insta-kill her. And one last tip, most people will see Soldier's Visor and think it can only be used offensively, but you can actually use it defensively in multiple scenarios. Say Genji Nano Blades and goes for your supports. Pop your Visor and only shoot him, force him deflect, or even a Sigma when he ults, he puts himself in the air, leaving his team vulnerable. Pop your visor, either focus his supports or focus him while he can't block your bullets. What other soldier tips do you have? Tag or send this to your soldier mates that play soldier because they're brain dead and
I
can
only
only
use
aim.
visor defensively.
So I actually really like this. A lot of that stuff was really, really good. Let's see what we got.
I want to do it. Stop hiding.
Wait, what? Wait,
Go all the way up. I want to do it. Stop hiding. You hiding forever. Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky. 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 Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky.
I don't like. There's nothing to add to it. Like, I mean, I think he was wasting his time personally, but
He got Ricky though.
true.
There's no way. There's no way. Yeah. Good. I mean, good knives.
6, 7.
Get it together, sweetie. We have a show this weekend.
Okay, at first I didn't understand, but now I understand. The diva is completely oblivious. And this is what I said earlier. Low elo, they just stand main and hold down left click, and they don't know what the hell is going on. They play every tank exactly the same. All right, next one. Oh, Defriend. I like Defriend.
Oh my God.
That wasn't real.
Did the turret block it?
The turret just blocked High Noon. There's no way that's real.
That makes me upset, and I know he was upset.
Oh my God.
I've been playing this game for years. I have never seen that. And to be crazy, I'm surprised I didn't even think of that. Because yeah, you can use turret. You can shoot them in midair, and
Yeah,
it's a hitbox.
I do it all the time to shoot it, but I didn't think of it either.
That's wild. Okay. We go next.
My one solution is my queen, cause she's distraught. Yeah. She is always in my corner.
This is Blue on Doom.
All these other girls are tempting, but I'm empty when you're gone and they say, do you need me? Do you think I'm pretend? Do I make you feel like cheated? I'm like, no, that really goes. Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader.
Sounds great.
She is always right there when I need it. Oh, I think that I found
I don't know if I'm gonna get copyright struck for this, but right now I don't mind.
This is a parody.
She grants my wishes like that genie.
Sigma doesn't have any mobility options when not using his ultimate. There are still ways you can get to hard to reach locations. If you shoot accretion at the ground and jump slightly after it hits, you do an accretion style rocket jump for further distance. So in between fights, make sure to take advantage of this if there's a useful location that you can jump to. Hypersphere Bounce. Sigma's primary fire hyperspheres bounce off of surfaces,
but that sounds like
so you can hit them
seems
on
like a
walls to
waste of
target
a
hidden
rocket.
enemies.
Or a
Also,
rocket.
since they explode after a certain distance,
depends on how fast it comes back, you know?
Guaranteed damage
But
on enemies,
It's
a bit
14
closer to that
second
max
cooldown
range.
now.
This way, you can aim for max value, but
Fair.
if you miss, you'll still get some damage in. Shielding off healing. Like other shields, Sigma's shield blocks most forms of healing, including things like Moira's Biotic Grasp or Lucio's Aura. So you can place it behind an enemy tank or separate an enemy to block them off of support. You'll expose yourself more this way, but it's quite effective against characters that can hit through your shield anyway, like Reinhardt or Winston.
So I will say this. I think when we have these types of tech VODs, I know that they do well on social media, but just because you learn like a tech on a character, realistically, the gains, like percentage wise, of how much better you're now at this character, I think are very minimal versus knowing what you're doing in the first place.
Right.
I think. Actually, hold on. I want to talk about that for a second because that is harder to do than y'all think.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
The fact that the one shatter didn't interrupt the other shatter, and Boo, I'm curious as to what your opinion is. What do you think is who should have won that shatter duel?
The
The one on the ground or the one that jumped from high ground?
The one from the top should have won that one, but the reaction time of the bottom Ryan was the factor of that. And that's how he won that, was the reaction.
So yeah,
So
basically
the bottom one was
because the one
bottom
on
one was the
jumping
better
from
skill.
high, the one jumping from high, that's so telegraphed because he hit Q midair. So the one on the ground, like, if Boo Boo, you know this, you're a good Ryan. So if you're on the ground and you see some idiot Ryan pop shatter with a fall distance, same reason you don't jump and then shatter. You just go hold shield, he hits the ground, reverse shatter. And that's it. That's all you have to do because you're telegraphing it versus doing it from base level. So that's
Right.
that's kind of wild. But it's pretty funny. I'm gonna watch it again.
The amount of alts that came afterwards, after that fight was lost, is amazing too.
I love the lamp. The lamp doing nothing. Oh dear God. All right. This is the last one. Do you think it's gonna be amazing or do you think it's gonna be painful?
I say Nika. I don't know. I think it's
No,
gonna be
no, no.